2026 is not a year to test your luck. It is not a year to wait and see. And it is definitely not a year where staying neutral will keep you safe. In Feng Shui, some years arrive gently. They move slowly. They allow you time to adjust. But 2026 does not move like that. 2026 is the year of the fire horse. And the fire horse does not walk, it runs. This is a year of speed, a year of extremes, a year where energy accelerates everything it touches. In the fire horse year, there is no comfortable middle ground. Things either rise very fast or fall very hard. Success is not gradual. Mistakes are not forgiven slowly. Many people misunderstand fire energy. They think fire only destroys. But in Feng Shui, fire has another role. Fire does not come only to burn. Fire comes to force choice. It burns away what no longer fits your path. It exposes what has been weak, hidden, or delayed, and it pushes every person to decide, will you move with the current, or will you stand in its way? That is why 2026 feels intense even before it arrives. People feel restless, uncertain, pulled forward before they feel ready. But here is the part most predictions forget to tell you. Fire does not burn everyone equally. Some people are aligned with this energy, some are protected by it, and some, quietly, are strengthened by it. If you are listening to this video right now, it means one important thing. You still have a choice. You can prepare. You can position yourself correctly. You can decide how this energy meets you. Today, I will share the 5 Chinese zodiac signs that are most aligned with the fire horse year, not by luck, but by energy harmony. And I want you to stay until the very end, because the final zodiac sign is the most unexpected of all. It is not the strongest, it is not the fastest, but it is the one that survives the longest and builds something that lasts. Before we begin, take a moment. If you are ready to move forward with clarity in 2026, comment below with this affirmation. I choose alignment over fear. And if this message resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell, because the fire horse year is not a drill. Let us begin. Understanding the greater Feng Shui of 2026. Fire on fire. To truly understand what 2026 brings, we must step back and look at the bigger Feng Shui picture. This is not an ordinary year. This is a year that appears only once every 60 years. For most people, a fire horse year like this comes only once in an entire lifetime. In Feng Shui, 2026 is known as the year of Bing Wu. Bing represents yang fire, the fire of the heavens, bright, direct, unforgiving. Wu, the horse, also belongs to yang fire, the fire of the earth, active, restless, always moving. When yang fire meets yang fire, we call this fire on fire. And fire on fire means one thing above all else. Everything is amplified. In 2026, nothing stays small, nothing stays quiet, nothing remains hidden for long. When things go well, they don't improve slowly, they explode forward. But when mistakes are made, there is very little grace period. Consequences arrive quickly, sometimes immediately. This is why so many people feel pressure before the year even begins. They sense that time itself is moving faster, that delays will be punished, that hesitation carries a cost. From a Feng Shui perspective, fire does not reward recklessness, but it also does not reward fear. Fire rewards alignment. Those who naturally harmonize with fire energy through their element, their timing, and their position are lifted upward by this force. They feel supported, energized, clear. But those who are not aligned with fire must be very careful in 2026. Not everyone should rush forward. Some must learn to slow the fire. Some must learn to step aside. And some must learn how to borrow energy rather than fight it. This is where many people misunderstand Feng Shui. Feng Shui does not choose the boldest person. It does not favor the loudest voice, and it does not protect those who charge ahead blindly. Feng Shui chooses one thing only: position. Where you stand matters more than how fast you move. Your placement matters more than your ambition. Your timing matters more than your strength. This is the survival rule of 2026. The fire horse does not ask if you are ready. It does not slow down for preparation. As master teachers often say, fire does not ask if you are prepared. It only asks where you are standing. In the sections that follow, you will see why certain zodiac signs are naturally positioned to rise in this intense year, and how understanding this greater energy can change the way you move through 2026. Stay with me. Zodiac number 1, the Tiger. If you were born in a Tiger year, 2026 does not whisper to you. It calls you forward. In Feng Shui, the Tiger belongs to Yang wood. Wood is growth. Wood is expansion. And most importantly, wood feeds fire. This is why the Tiger is so naturally aligned with the Fire Horse year. In the 5 elements cycle, wood gives birth to fire. It fuels it. It activates it. When the Fire Horse arrives in 2026, the Tiger does not feel overwhelmed by the heat. Instead, the Tiger feels ignited. There is another powerful reason for this alignment. The Tiger and the Horse belong to the San He, the 3 harmonies. This is one of the strongest energetic relationships in Chinese metaphysics. It means shared momentum, shared direction, shared courage. While others hesitate, the Tiger already senses where the opening is. This is why 2026 strongly favors Tigers in leadership roles. If you have been waiting to step into authority, to lead a team, to launch a business, or to expand into something bigger, this is your year to move. But understand this clearly. Fire Horse energy does not reward hesitation. Financially, Tigers can rise very fast in 2026. Opportunities appear suddenly. Doors open quickly. But this same fire burns indecision. If you wait too long, if you second-guess yourself at critical moments, the same opportunity can disappear just as fast. In a Fire Horse year, speed is not recklessness, it is alignment. Timing, however, is everything. For Tigers, the most powerful window begins in the 2nd to 5th lunar months. This is the phase to prepare, initiate, and position yourself. From the 6th to 7th lunar months, momentum accelerates. This is when actions taken earlier begin to produce visible results. However, Tigers must be especially careful in the 10th lunar month. By this time, fire energy is extremely strong. Emotions run high. Confidence can turn into impatience. Important decisions made in this period require restraint. Pause before committing. Review before signing. Fire rewards courage, but it punishes arrogance. To support your energy in 2026, Feng Shui emphasizes strengthening wood while controlling excess fire. Use green tones, living plants, or natural wood elements in your space. Green jade or green-toned crystals help stabilize momentum. The most supportive directions for tigers this year are east and southeast, the domains of wood growth. Avoid overstimulating fire unnecessarily. Too much red, excessive heat, or chaotic environments can lead to burnout. Remember this, Tiger. 2026 will not wait for you to feel ready. It will not slow down to reassure you. As the fire horse gallops forward, it asks only one thing of you. Will you step up or step aside? Because 2026 does not wait for tigers to be prepared. It waits for tigers to rise. Zodiac number 2, the goat, sheep. If the fire horse year feels loud, rushed, and overwhelming to many people, the goat experiences it very differently. In Feng Shui, the goat belongs to yin earth. This is soft earth, receptive earth, the kind of earth that absorbs heat rather than fighting it. And this is exactly why the goat is protected in 2026. The goat and the horse share a liu-he relationship, a secret harmony that works quietly but powerfully. While others feel pushed, the goat feels held. In a year dominated by extreme fire, yin earth acts like a natural buffer. It contains the heat. It stabilizes movement. It prevents destruction. This is why the goat does not need to compete aggressively in 2026. The fire horse does not challenge the goat. It passes over it. From a Feng Shui perspective, this creates a year that is not explosive, but deeply supportive. Financially, 2026 is not about sudden windfalls for the goat. Instead, money flows from what has already been planted. Previous efforts, long-term work, relationships built over time. Returns may appear quietly, but they are reliable. This is a year of harvest, not gamble. In matters of the heart, the goat is especially favored. Fire horse energy burns away uncertainty. It clarifies intentions. For the goat, this often results in emotional stability. Existing relationships deepen. New connections feel calm, grounded, and sincere. This is a year where commitment becomes easier, not harder. However, timing remains essential. For the goat, the most favorable period arrives mid-year, especially between the 6th and 8th lunar months. This is when opportunities naturally surface without force. Early in the year, restraint is important. The goat should not rush simply because others are moving fast. What belongs to you will not pass you by. Feng Shui supports the goat through earth-based elements. Ceramics, natural stones, and clay objects help anchor prosperity. A wealth bowl placed with intention reinforces stability and abundance. The most supportive direction for the goat in 2026 is the southwest, the home of earth energy and nourishment. Avoid excessive stimulation, too much noise, too much heat, too much urgency. Your strength this year is not speed, it is endurance. As master teachings remind us, in a year of raging fire, the one who knows how to hold themselves steady is the one who goes the farthest. You do not need to burn brighter than others. You only need to remain rooted. And in 2026, that is more than enough. Zodiac number 3, the dog. In a fire horse year, when everything moves fast and emotions run hot, the dog becomes something rare, a pillar. In Feng Shui, the dog belongs to Yang Earth. This is solid earth, protective earth, the kind of energy that holds the ground when others are shaken. The dog completes the 3 harmonies with the tiger and the horse. But unlike the tiger, who charges forward, the dog stands firm. This is why the dog's strength in 2026 is not speed, it is trust. In a year where many people chase success aggressively, cut corners, and change direction too quickly, integrity becomes a form of currency, and the dog carries this currency naturally. Throughout 2026, dogs are likely to be given responsibility, not because they demand it, but because others rely on them. Leadership may come quietly. Authority may be handed over rather than fought for, and when it arrives, it stays. Financially, this is not a year of sudden riches for the dog, but it is a year of stable positioning. Income grows steadily, resources are protected, and more importantly, the dog builds a reputation that continues to pay dividends long after 2026 ends. This is how Earth works: slow, reliable, enduring. Timing, however, still matters. The dog's visibility increases during the 3rd and 4th lunar months. This is when efforts are noticed and your reliability is recognized. The 8th and 9th lunar months bring confirmation. Promotions, partnerships, or long-term agreements often solidify during this period. But dogs must be careful in the 11th lunar month. At this stage, fire energy can provoke unnecessary conflict, arguments over principles, power struggles that do not serve your long-term path. The dog must remember, not every battle needs to be fought. From a Feng Shui perspective, the dog thrives when earth energy is strengthened and protected. Symbols of mountains are especially powerful in 2026. Mountain landscape paintings, or images of forests and hills, reinforce stability, authority, and support. Earth-toned crystals and jewelry, such as brown or yellow stone, help anchor your energy and prevent burnout. For those focused on wealth preservation, Piao is a powerful Feng Shui ally. It attracts prosperity, protects assets, and prevents leakage. The most supportive direction for the dog this year is the Northwest, the sector of leadership, guardianship, and noble support. Avoid environments filled with constant tension or confrontation. Your power grows when you remain composed. As master teachings remind us, in a year of fire, the one who holds the ground becomes the foundation for others. You may not rise the fastest in 2026, but you will rise securely. And when the fire horse slows, the dog will still be standing, stronger, respected, and firmly in place. Zodiac number 4, the snake. In a year ruled by intense fire, most people either rush forward recklessly or freeze under pressure. The snake does neither. In Feng Shui, the snake carries yin fire. This is controlled fire, inner fire, the kind that burns steadily, not wildly. Because of this, the snake understands fire and therefore is not consumed by it. While the fire horse charges ahead at full speed, often distracted by its own momentum, the snake observes quietly. It watches patterns. It reads timing. It waits for the moment when effort becomes efficient. This is why the snake thrives in 2026, not through force, but through precision. The fire horse year favors visibility, but it also exposes weakness. For the snake, 2026 is a year of mental clarity. Ideas sharpen, strategies mature. Long-standing plans finally make sense. This is especially favorable for those working in research, education, creative fields, analysis, consulting, or any role that values insight over speed. Success for the snake does not arrive loudly. It arrives decisively. Financially, wealth in 2026 comes from ideas, not from chasing trends. Unexpected income may appear through intellectual property, strategic partnerships, or opportunities that others overlook because they seem too quiet. But timing is critical. From the 5th to 7th lunar months, the snake should primarily observe. This is the phase to gather information, test concepts internally, and refine direction. Be especially careful in the 6th lunar month. Fire energy peaks here, and impatience can lead to premature action. Remember, acting too early can burn what is meant to grow slowly. The most powerful moment for the snake arrives in the 9th lunar month. This is when clarity meets opportunity. Decisions made now carry weight. Moves made now tend to stick. From a Feng Shui perspective, the snake benefits from strengthening focus and spiritual balance. Amethyst is especially supportive. It calms excessive fire, enhances intuition, and protects against mental exhaustion. Symbols of the snake itself, whether in art, sculpture, or personal tokens, serve as reminders of wisdom, renewal, and quiet authority. Feng Shui paintings that emphasize flow, light, and depth help align the snake's environment with strategic clarity. The most supportive direction for the snake in 2026 is the southeast, the sector associated with growth, refinement, and long-term prosperity. Avoid noisy environments and constant stimulation. The snake's power grows in stillness. As master teachings often remind us, not all fire is meant to be seen. Some fire exists to transform quietly. You do not need to outrun the fire horse. You only need to move when it matters. And in 2026, the snake's patience becomes its greatest advantage. Zodiac number 5, the greatest surprise, the pig. At first glance, the pig seems completely unsuited for a fire horse year. 2026 is fast, intense, demanding, and the pig appears gentle, unhurried, almost too soft for such a fiery cycle. But Feng Shui teaches us something very important here. The pig belongs to yin water. This is not rushing water, not crashing waves, but deep, calm water. Water that cools without resistance. And in a year where fire burns too strongly, yin water becomes protection. This is why the pig is not burned by the fire horse. The pig does not confront fire. It does not compete with it. It allows fire to pass, and in doing so, it survives. While fire horse energy forces many people into exhaustion, the pig maintains emotional balance. This creates a year that is not explosive, but deeply sustainable. For the pig, 2026 is not about dramatic breakthroughs. There are no sudden rises that attract attention. Instead, there is steady progress, quiet growth, and long-term stability. Career development unfolds gradually. Support comes through cooperation rather than rivalry. People are drawn to the pig's sincerity and calm presence. Financially, this is a year of preservation and protection. Money is not lost easily. Resources are managed wisely. And what is built tends to last beyond the year itself. Emotionally, the pig experiences something rare in a chaotic year: fulfillment. While others feel restless and anxious, the pig finds contentment in simplicity. Relationships feel warmer. Family connections deepen. There is a sense of being held rather than pushed. Timing is essential. The pig should not compete early in the year. Avoid comparing your pace to louder energies. Avoid rushing simply because others are moving fast. The true harvest arrives toward the end of the year, especially between the 10th and 12th lunar months. This is when stability solidifies, when effort quietly pays off, when peace replaces uncertainty. From a Feng Shui perspective, the pig benefits from strengthening water energy and gentle grounding. A clean water bowl placed with intention helps regulate fire. Dark-toned stones, such as black or deep blue jade, enhance protection and emotional balance. The most supportive direction for the pig in 2026 is the north, the domain of water, flow, and inner stability. And remember this truth: not everyone who burns the brightest travels the farthest. Some are meant to endure and build something lasting. To further activate prosperity and harmony in 2026, the pig may gently work with these Feng Shui supports. Wealth activating directions: Southeast, growth and abundance. Northwest, noble support and protection. Recommended Feng Shui items: a golden wu-lu gourd for health, longevity, and safeguarding fortune. A laughing Buddha statue to invite joy, ease, and abundance. A money tree plant to symbolize steady and ethical wealth growth. Place these items calmly, not as a demand, but as an invitation. The pig does not rush, and in 2026, that calm becomes its greatest wealth. As we come to the end of this journey, there is one truth you must carry with you into 2026. The fire horse is not a sentence. It is a catalyst. Fire does not arrive to punish. It arrives to accelerate. It speeds up what is aligned and exposes what is not. That is why some people rise quickly in 2026, while others feel exhausted, lost, or burned out. Not because they are unlucky, but because they are out of rhythm. In Feng Shui, fortune is not something you chase. It is something you stay in harmony with. Those who keep a steady mind do not waste energy fighting the current. Those who manage their inner state do not lose themselves in chaos. And those who understand timing do not force results before they are ready. This is the deeper lesson of the Fire Horse year. Keep the mind, and the energy will follow. Keep the energy, and the fortune will remain. Feng Shui does not favor those who move the fastest. It supports those who move at the right moment, in the right direction, with the right intention. If you remember only one thing from this video, remember this: you are not powerless in 2026. Even in the strongest fire, you still choose where you stand. And that choice determines whether you are burned or strengthened. In the next video, we will turn our focus to an equally important question. What if your zodiac sign is not aligned with fire? What should you do if the fire horse energy feels overwhelming? How can you balance, protect, and adjust without exhausting yourself? We will explore practical Feng Shui methods to cool excess fire, borrow supportive elements, and move through 2026 with clarity and resilience. So if you want to be prepared, not pressured, make sure you don't miss what comes next. Please like this video if it brought you clarity. Share it with someone who may need guidance this year. And subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you can continue this journey with us. I will leave you with this final reminder. The storm does not ask if you are ready, but you always have the power to choose how you stand. Stay steady, stay aligned, and move forward with intention.